Hi, it's Trish Gastineau, and today I wanted to share with you um, something that happened to me several years ago. And last night when I went to bed, I was laying there thinking about some things that I was excited about, and this story that I had shared came back to mind, and I thought, oh, that story is really good, and I'm surprised that I remember that out of the blue like this. But this morning when I woke up, I really felt that I needed to make a video, tell my crazy little story, and that I needed to post it so that that would possibly not only help me, but maybe somebody else. So here we go. And I hope that you enjoy my crazy story. So, about 10 years ago, I had gone to the grocery store or to the farmer's market. It's been so long, I don't remember. But while I was out shopping for vegetables and things for my family, I ended up purchasing a little basket of crookneck yellow squash. And we love all kinds of vegetables, but squash and zucchini and things like that is one of my family's favorites. So, and it was in the little basket, which makes me think that it came from the farmer's market. So I brought this home and I was unloading my groceries, putting them into the refrigerator. And as I was unloading this crookneck yellow squash, I came across one that was very small and it was just so cute and it was so perfect. And I thought to myself, oh my goodness, this one is so fresh and tender. I know exactly what I'm going to do with it. I'm going to take this and I'm going to save it and I'm going to put it on top of my husband's green salad. He likes a nice green salad with lots of fresh veggies in it. And so I knew that he was going to love this squash on top of his salad. So I finished up everything and I started thinking, okay, when is going to be the best time for me to make him a salad? Now, some people would just automatically say, well, at dinner time or lunchtime, but it's not so easy in the Gastineau home. You see, my husband, Kent, has always worked some kind of a shift kind of job where he might go in the morning for some of the week and he may go in to close for some other parts of the week, and then other times he works like a mid shift right in the middle. So you really kind of have to plan. If I'm going to cook, then I want to cook for somebody that's going to be here. So I started thinking about this. Okay, when can I make the salad? Well, he was off that first night that I went to the grocery store, but we had plans with friends, and so I did not get to use the squash then. But I will tell you, I was like visualizing this squash and this wonderful salad that I was going to make him. And I was visualizing when I went and I put it on the table and he was going to go, oh, fresh veggies, oh my gosh. And he was going to say, oh, this squash is so good. And he was going to say, sweetie, thank you so much. You know how much I love this. So I'm visualizing all of this in my head. I was saying, oh, honey, I love you too. And I just wanted to make you happy. And he was like, in my head saying, oh, you were such a great wife. So I was so excited to have this squash and it was perfect. So I thought, okay, when can I do this? He's working tonight. I'm not going to be able to do it because we're going out with friends. I mean, he's off tonight. We're going to go out with friends. Okay, tomorrow he's closing too, but we have lunch plans, so I can't do it for lunch. Okay, and so it kind of went on that way. Every time I open the refrigerator, there's the little baby perfect squash. I mean, oh my gosh, it was such a gem. And it was just precious, just inky dinky little. So a few days go by and I'm still have the very best of intentions of blessing my husband with this giant salad. And I've told my friends, oh my gosh, you won't, I found this cute little square, this little sausage, and Ken's going to really like that. And they're like, yeah, he really will appreciate that you've done that for him. And I was, so the best intentions in the world. We go several days. Every time I open up the fridge, there's the little squash smiling at me, looking precious. One day, I go to the fridge and I open it up and there's my little squash, but it's not looking so great. It's starting to kind of relax a little bit. It was a little bit limp, but I thought, okay, I need to hurry up and use that. So a couple days later, I go in there and it's not just limp, but now it is like really just getting kind of squishy-ish. Next day, got little brown spots on it. A day or two after that, I knew that there's no way I'm feeding that to anybody. So away it goes. That day, later on, I actually at the time happened to be leading a Bible study class, and I was journaling and I was writing in there, why did I do that? Why did I have this great plan and was so excited to be using this sausage, and how wonderful it was going to be that my family was going to eat this fresh food. My husband was going to be so happy. He was going to be pleased with me. I was going to be, the best wife in the world. And why did I just keep looking at this squash? It was like the time never seemed to be right to use the squash the way I wanted to use the squash. So I journaled and I wrote, and a few things kept popping up. Procrastination was one. Those who know me know that, yes, I like to procrastinate. Well, I don't like to procrastinate. I'm just really good at procrastinating. So I should have used the squash some way, but I missed the window. And the more I thought about this, the more that I realized that in life, in business, personal life, whatever, there are some opportunities out there that have a short window. They have an expiration date. You may have the best of intentions and you may be super excited, but if you don't do something with this within this specific period of time, it's gone. But the other thing that I realized is that everything is working for my good, right? So even though I didn't get to use the squash the way I wanted to, I've gotten to use that squash in other ways. Obviously I told my husband about it and he was like, "Oh, sweetie, that's so sweet. It's too bad." But he was very, very kind about it. The squash didn't get to nourish our bodies, but it did nourish our minds, and it nourished me in my soul because it gave me a message. And not only that, you've got the circle of life thing going on. The squash was a seed, and then it was a plant that a farmer took care of. Then it was picked, and I purchased it. And if we would have eaten it, it would have nourished us. But in this way, it's nourishing us in a different way. Well, that squash went into the recycling bin, the compost pile. So that squash ended up fulfilling its life's purpose of nourishing, just not in the way that I thought that it would happen. And that happens to all of us from time to time. As I was sitting and journaling about this crazy squash, some things came to my mind. I have opportunities sometimes that come to me, and I'm sure you do too, that in my mind I'm excited about, and I have that it's going to look a certain way. It's going to be this way, and I keep waiting until conditions are perfect. And sometimes things work out that way, but other times you're supposed to do something. You know it in your heart. You have got it all in your mind, but it's not working out the way that you need to, and you're standing back waiting for things to happen. You can't do that. I just want to say, when you do that sometimes, that's like playing Frogger. You're jumping across the interstate, trying to get across to what you want to do, but then you wait too long, and what happens? Bam, you get smashed. So, the moral of this story is, if you have something in your gut, in your heart, that you are certain, and you're excited, and you're a little scared, and there's something that you're supposed to be doing, and you don't know how it's going to look, take some action. I could have used that squash a million different ways. I could have put it in an omelet for breakfast. I could have just cooked it. I could have cooked it and put it in the freezer to have another time. It didn't have to be exactly the way I thought it was going to be. And we could have still used that. But again, everything is working out for my benefit and for your benefit if you're getting something from my story. So I just wanted to send love to all of you, to let you know that somebody needs this message today. Somebody has something in them that is trying to be birthed, and you're holding on to it. I'm going to say, go. Do what you need to do. You know, consider everything, make a wise choice, but go ahead and do it. All right, that's it for today. You have a lovely day. Talk to you later. Mwah, mwah, mwah. Bye.